69, this whole corridor to Fairview, Joppa, Arab, north of Holly Pond, Berlin. You need to be in a safe place because, again, what you see down there is what's coming your way. And I don't know if we're going to get power restored. If this thing came right over the water treatment plant, there'll be major damage. And that Skycam might be halfway to Atlanta, Georgia at this point. But, again, we wanted to show you that that's what's coming your way. And in just a little bit, we're going to re-rack that video if you missed the live look at that large tornado coming through downtown Coleman. But, again, this in the good thing, I say, if there's any good thing here, this is the only. Okay, this is what it looked like not too long ago. This was live coverage of our Skycam as the tornado was dropping west of downtown Coleman, down around Good Hope, and at that point it was crossing Interstate 65. It continued to strengthen. It became one of these large wedge tornadoes coming right through downtown Coleman. And again, that is the storm that is now in the process of moving in areas north and east of Coleman. We call this a tornado emergency whenever we have a confirmed tornado like that. You don't need anybody to confirm that. You are all looking at it. The world is looking at it. Understand that tornado is moving northeast, and then ultimately it's going to wind up in Marshall County. But again, everybody in Coleman County that is northeast of the city of Coleman, especially up Highway 69, from Coleman on that stretch up to Fairview and Baileyton and Joppa, you need to be in a safe place. Please, we encourage everybody to take this thing seriously. You know, a lot of times you'll hear in our voice, it's kind of a marginal situation. This is not marginal. This is serious business. And that is a life-threatening tornado that has just come through downtown Coleman. So let's go back to the radar. And again, that's what you're seeing. That was video of the storm as it was coming through downtown Coleman. And again, this is Alabama Highway 69 that comes out of Coleman. And that circulation is back here in the back flank of that storm moving northeast. This community of Gold Ridge right in here. But again, Simcoe, Fairview, Baileyton, Berlin is right here on Highway 278. But again, Jason, these folks have taken a big hit this morning. And the last thing you want to do is see this coming. But again, this is serious business. You got to respect this.
And we know that power is out in the Holly Pond area up toward Baileyton, Fairview, and Arab. So if you know somebody that's in this area right now, you need to call them and let them know. If you're south of Holly Pond, south of US 278, it's not a problem. If you are north of Holly Pond, northwest of Oak Level, the Walter community and the Oak Level community are right out there close together, about halfway between Berlin and Holly Pond. So from about the tractor company on Highway 278 up toward Fairview and then back over to Baileyton. This is a potentially life-threatening emergency. Now moving across East Coleman County, there will likely be some large hail, some very heavy rain, gusty winds, and then on the backside of this, we have a very visible tornado that has now crossed through Good Hope and Coleman. Coleman County Emergency Management has told us that the tornado actually came across County Road 222 in Good Hope and then came up across South Coleman. So downtown may not have gotten the worst of this. It might have been just a touch south of downtown, closer to the Walmart Supercenter, the Compass Bank, and all those businesses down there, the new Walgreens, the Blockbuster Video area in South Coleman at the intersection of, well, King Edward Street, Highway 69, and US 31, and a very well-known tornado in this part of the country back in 1988 followed that same path. Right up 69, it actually hit the Kmart and took it out, and then destroyed the King Edward Cigar Factory back in January of '88. So this is a very similar path to that. If you were affected in that tornado, you may be affected by this one. The radar image here is a little bit old, so from Berlin to Simcoe to Fairview, this is on top of you right now. And if you are in the Holly Pond School District, Holly Pond School District is huge. It covers a large part of East Coleman County, all the way from Berlin, County Road 747, up 1669 a good ways, the Holly Pond Fairview Road a good ways, about halfway between Holly Pond and Fairview. We need you in cover immediately. This is not a time to stand on the front porch and watch this. You need to take cover as soon as possible and protect yourself from this. Interior closet, bathroom, hallway, lowest floor, a basement, a storm shelter, no mobile homes whatsoever.
While Jason's talking, let's roll some more of that video if you guys have that of the actual tornado back in the back. And again, Jason, I think the important thing we need to remind everybody here, the power's out in a lot of these places. And, you know, we can sit here and talk till we're blue in the face. And I'll say this again. If you know anybody in any place that Jason just called out, call them. There's a good chance you can't get them, but just by golly, maybe you can with a cell phone. But because that might be the only way they know that is coming. So again, this is a tornado emergency for the northeast part of Cullman County. For the city of Cullman, we can give an all clear. The concern now is northeast of Cullman. This thing is rolling right up Highway 69, Fairview and Baileyton. More than likely large hail, maybe the size of golf balls falling up in the hail core of this storm.
And James, let me pass along this message. Just got a note that Pleasant View Baptist Church in Holly Pond. If you're in Holly Pond and you need to take shelter, you've got just a couple of minutes to get there. Pleasant View has a basement. You can go there. They've opened that up as a storm shelter. They have built a brand new facility there for situations like this, and it looks like today is the perfect opportunity to use that. So Pleasant View Baptist Church, just east of Holly Pond on Highway 278, you can go there and take cover.
And again, we are not ignoring any other part of the state. This is the only severe storm in our part of Alabama. There are other tornado warnings in parts of Mississippi and up in the Tennessee Valley, but this is the only storm in our television market that includes Cullman County. And we should point out that the Weather Service has gone ahead and issued, I take it back, we have a new tornado warning for Lamar and Marion. All right, so what we're going to do, let's go off of the image, and let's put me with the radar behind me. This is a new tornado warning for Lamar and Marion counties. It was nice while it lasted. The Cullman County storm will be exiting Cullman County into Marshall County in a matter of minutes. But I think everybody knows the danger there. So now the focus is going to be up here in northwest Alabama for a new supercell storm that is moving out of Mississippi, and there will be many today. But again, this is a very dangerous looking storm. And again, it's the classic look. It doesn't get any more classic than that. Possible tornado signature now just west of the city of Hamilton. If you're watching us in Hamilton, go to a safe place now. That's a small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. Nobody should be driving on Interstate 22 or U.S. Highway 78 or Corridor X at this point. And again, that is a very dangerous storm that is coming right up toward downtown Hamilton. So let's go from the Cullman sky cam. Now we have two sky cams in Hamilton. We're very fortunate here. We're going to take a look at both of them, and we're going to see if we can see the same thing. It looks like we got another great shot at this, looking back off to the south and west.
Century Tel is still out in Hamilton.
Okay.
So I think that we're going to have trouble getting anything from either sky cam.
And this is what we talked about this morning. We have major infrastructure problems here. We have widespread damage from this morning. We have major internet outages, and all of the sky cams are delivered via the internet. So again, at this point, we do not have the sky cam from Hamilton High School or the sky cam at the Stratus Station facility, and that is not good. All right, we've got reports of debris falling out of the sky in Macon, Mississippi.
Oh, goodness.
This is, again, this is going to be one of these red letter days. We're just going to sit back, take a big, deep breath, and we'll get through this thing together. But again, Hamilton, take cover. This new tornado coming out of Mississippi will be moving into Pickens County, and a new tornado warning will be forthcoming for Pickens County within the next 5 to 8 minutes. So again, just to let you know that we have another strong rotation that's coming out of eastern Mississippi, and a tornado warning will be required for Pickens County within the next 5 to 8 minutes. And again, we've got
just got a report, tornado on the ground in Baileyton, a wedge being seen from Fairview. So this is the one in Cullman County is now past Fairview. We got confirmation it's still on the ground, moving toward Baileyton. Yeah.
So again, this is a tornado emergency for the northeast part of Cullman County. Let's put the reflectivity back on this real quick. Just wanted to take a look at the storm structure. This is the storm that's coming up into Pickens County, and again, this will involve a new tornado warning in a matter of minutes for Pickens County. And again, we have had reports of debris falling from the sky. Remember, tornadoes are rotating updraft. Items are picked up and then at some point deposited back. Everything that goes up must come down. So there's a very serious business. And we've got John Brown in Reform. So again, if you are watching us in Pickensville or Aliceville, be ready to go to your safe place in a matter of minutes. Let's go up to our Hamilton storm. This is a dangerous storm that could produce a large tornado that is approaching Hamilton. tremendous lightning output. This is a classic supercell storm. The red triangle is a TVS, a tornado vortex signature. And again, that's your TVS, and that's coming right up toward downtown Hamilton, maybe a little north of there. It's just too close to call. We've got two pendants back in the back of this, and again, the system is suggesting maybe it's the farther back one. It doesn't matter. If you're close to Hamilton, you want to be in a safe place right now. So again, this is Interstate 22. Technically, right now, it's still U.S. Highway 78 that goes south of Hamilton. That's the major 4-lane through here. Nobody should be driving along Corridor X from the Mississippi State line down to Winfield for the next 30 minutes. And if you are in the city limits of Hamilton or anywhere close to that, you need to be in a safe place right now. This is a storm. And again, unfortunately, because of the internet outage, we do not have available the sky cams in Coleman. We have 2 of them. But I would tell you, if we were looking back at this, we might see the same kind of scene that we saw in Coleman. So that is a tornado warning for Marion County. Specifically, we're concerned about the city of Hamilton. For Lamar County, it's the far northern part, north of Detroit. Now, let's check the Coleman storm. And Jason, looks like that one's about to exit Coleman County, moving up into Marshall.
Right. This is going to be an ARAB situation very soon. But just a minute ago, we got the report that there was still a large wedge on the ground near Fairview, moving up toward Bayleton. And look at that supercell. That is just an unbelievably powerful storm. I know a lot of folks watch us in Marshall County normally on the live stream, but because of the situation that happened, we already had significant damage around ARAB and Gunnersville, so power's out. So if you know someone in ARAB, Gunnersville, Scant City, Union Grove, even as far south as Albertville or Nixon Chapel, you need to get them to a safe place right now. North Holly Pond to Bayleton. Up to ARAB.
Bayleton reports tornado on the ground.
Bayleton tornado on the ground. And I just saw a report that the courthouse did take a direct hit in Coleman. So downtown Coleman, do not try to go into downtown Coleman. In fact, don't go into any of these areas unless you are an emergency responder. Let those guys do their jobs.
No business going into these emergency areas, because all you're doing, you're putting people's lives at risk, the people that need to be rescued, and those first responders. So do not go sightseeing today. Stop now and don't even think about it. So again, we have a tornado that is on the ground near Bayleton, coming up here toward Joppa and ARAB. It's about to go into Marshall County. Now, we'll go back to the Hamilton storm. The warning, by the way, the tornado warning for Lamar has been taken out. This storm will not affect Lamar. We have a dangerous storm that is approaching downtown Hamilton. We have a sky watcher, in fact, multiple sky watchers in Hamilton. One of them reported a wall cloud just west of her location in Hamilton, and she is now headed to the storm cellar. And that's what we teach folks to do. I mean, the storm spotters know what's the dangerous part, what's the safe part. And clearly, if you are in downtown Hamilton, you need to be in a safe place right now. Look right here. That more than likely could be a debris ball right here. And that is coming right down the highway, down toward Hamilton. That's Alabama Highway 17. That's Interstate 22. And it looks like this thing might stay a little west and north of Hamilton. But again, we could have a tornado much like the tornado we saw in Coleman, just west of Hamilton. The tornado impact number is now a 7.5 here. The numbers are not as extreme as the Coleman numbers, but that is very, very significant. And again, you can see based on the radar signature here, that could be perhaps a very significant tornado. Every storm today is capable of producing a violent tornado. This is not the kind of day with the small spin-ups, and you know, we've talked about the whack-a-mole thing before, where those are so hard to identify within squall lines. Like we talked about, this is urgent business today. So if we call out the name of your neighborhood or your city or a restaurant or a barn or a farm near you, you need to be in a very safe place. And clearly everybody near Hamilton, especially west and north, needs to be in a safe place. Now, down here, you know, you go down Interstate 22, and that's Guin and Winfield. This tornado will be passing well to the north of Guin and well to the north of Winfield. So this will not be affecting that southern part of Marion County. Guin, Winfield, and Guin. This will be affecting Hamilton.
Guin.
Okay, we have the Skycam Guin. All right, let's take a look. This is our Guin Skycam. Now, this is going to be a lot farther out than the ones in Hamilton, but again, we're going to look back and see if we can see any evidence. Guin is about 10-15 miles down the road from Hamilton. Guin was almost wiped out by a violent tornado April 3rd, 1974. That was the super outbreak, the largest outbreak of tornadoes on record in this country. And people that are old enough to remember that, like me, still respect tornadoes so seriously there. And again, I don't think, Jason, we could be able to see it from that distance. But, you know, it was surprising. We saw the Coleman tornado at such a great distance. We've got excellent visibility today. These are totally isolated. They're out there by themselves, and they're more like the LP storms you see with these events out in the plain states, the light precipitation storms. But, again, we're scanning the Skycam from Guin, which is in Marion County. It's in the southern part of Marion County. And again, I just don't believe we're going to be able to see it from that vantage point. So we'll keep an eye on that. But
I have a little trouble controlling that.
Yeah, let's go back to the radar. So the storm that produced that large tornado we saw in downtown Cullman on the Skycam, that is exiting Cullman County, moving into Marshall County. Marshall County belongs in the Huntsville television market, so they will be serviced by the Huntsville stations. We will stay on these storms in our market. And for the